Madrid, the capital city of Spain, might be coming to Mario Kart Tour and Wave 6 of 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. In this video, I'm going to be talking about data mines, notable track details, and predicting the routes for each variant as well as the route for when it is in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let us begin. So, how do we know Madrid is coming? Well, there is a course in the files called MobMd. We know this is a city because in the Booster Course Pass, there is only one tour course remaining and that happens to be a city. MD perfectly abbreviates Madrid. However, there is another possibility, that being Medellin, one of the largest cities in Colombia. If you look at it, it has really good potential. It's not as popular as Madrid, but it is still very well known. I still think that it's going to be Madrid. I would keep Medellin on the table, but at the very edge of the table, if you know what I mean. Anyways, it is expected to release for tour in September, possibly as the autumn season's Metro Tour. Because of that, I think the city will be completely set in the autumn. We don't have any city course so far that is completely set in the autumn. I can also see it taking place during a sunrise or a sunset as well, possibly making it a completely orange city course with the season. I think this course will be called Madrid Motorway. It's the perfect word to use in my opinion. It alliterates, it's simple, and it rolls off the tongue very nicely. I think the music will heavily focus on Spanish instruments like the Spanish guitar, possibly sounding like flamenco dance music. I do have a song concept coming for it tomorrow. What I made for it is not very fitting, but it's something, so stay tuned. Now, let's talk about the landmarks we could come across. A very notable landmark in Madrid is the Prado Museum. It's one of the most famous museums worldwide. It contains a lot of paintings and sculptures, which is what a museum would usually have. I can see the paintings being replaced by Mario-related paintings. The museum has 3 stories and a huge cafeteria. I also think that there will be a separate song for it, with different instrumentation. The Alcalá Gate is another notable landmark, which is surrounded by a roundabout. Nothing much going on here, but it's still very pretty. Finally, the most important one for this video is the Retiro Park. There is so much nature here. Tell me this isn't the perfect city course to set in the autumn season. There are so many smaller landmarks within this park, including a huge body of water which I think will have boats so we can race on it. This park is definitely going to be the biggest part of the course. All 3 of the notable landmarks are in the same area. I do think that this course won't stretch across the whole city, and that it will utilize most of a small area because there is so much that can be done with the small area. Athens Dash is also mainly set around one landmark, being the Acropolis of Athens, and see how much we got to explore of it? Pretty cool. I can also imagine enemies such as wigglers trotting the trails of the park, and waddle wings gliding down from trees to attack you. Before we move on to the route predictions, I recommend hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy my Mario Kart content. It would really make my day. Anyways, now, let's talk about the 3 routes for Tour and the Mega route for 8 Deluxe. I think the starting line for every variant will be next to the Prado Museum. This first variant would be heavily focused on the Prado Museum, which would be huge in the game. For Madrid Motorway 1, I think we will start, go forward a little, and take a left towards the museum. We are going to take the entrance, and now let's take a look at the map of the museum right here. Everything except the left side would be blocked off here, meaning we turn left and then we will approach a staircase, take another left on our way upstairs to the second level, and take another left to go straight across this huge hallway where there are many paintings to cross. Then we take a double left turn back on our way downstairs and take a right turn away from the entrance. Then we will drive through the really big cafeteria, possibly avoiding banana peels that NPCs throw on the ground or benefiting from mushrooms that they throw on the ground. We will continue straight ahead and find an exit out back where we then take a left once exiting and driving by the park here. And this whole area would be scaled down massively. We would meet the Alcalá Gate roundabout and take a left from there, then take another left back onto the road with the starting line. At the final left turn that I just mentioned, there's a big fountain. So yeah, there's a lot of left turns in the first variant. The second variant would focus on the Retiro Park the most. Madrid Motorway 2 would start off the same way as the first variant, except we go straight into the museum and straight to the exit past the cafeteria. There would be dash panels and a glider ramp would be activated at the exit point. Instead of taking a left, we would glide into the Retiro Park, which is right behind the museum. The layout of the park will most likely be inaccurate compared to in real life, but all the landmarks and nature would remain. Now, to make things easy, I've gathered the landmarks that I think we will pass and connected the dots here and made my own route. There's a soccer field, the Fountain of the Fallen Angel, a pond, and a huge body of water which I think will have several boats for us to drive across. After that, it's pretty close to the Alcalá Gate roundabout again, so we will go here and access the full thing. There would even be a glider ramp right in front of it so we can glide through the center. After that, we take a left turn back to the starting line to begin lap 2 or finish. Finally, the last variant. Madrid Motorway 3 doesn't really focus on any of the notable landmarks, so it won't be as interesting. It's mainly just some of the city, and that's all. From the starting point, I think we will take a right turn and drive through the city. There would probably be traffic to dodge. My guess is that we would meet the Gate of the Sun, the Mayor Plaza, and the Royal Palace of Madrid, and then take a right turn and make our way back to the fountain from the other variants and take a right back to the starting line. This portion of the city would most likely be scaled down a lot. Now that you know the tour routes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's route is an easy explanation. Lap 1 would be Madrid Motorway 1, the museum route. Lap 2 would be Madrid Motorway 3, the city route. Instead of taking the right turn back to the starting line, we would go straight ahead to the Alcala Gate and finish the map by taking the Madrid Motorway 2 path in reverse, which is focused on the Retiro Park. Lap 2 is basically Madrid Motorway 3 and 2R combined. That leads us to lap 3, but now we are facing the opposite direction at the starting line. This is because we're going to do the first lap again, but in reverse. This routing is pretty much the exact same idea as Sydney Sprints, where the second lap is just very long, and the first and third lap are the same, just reversed from each other. Pretty cool, right? Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Peace out.